Okay, so we will continue with the hearing. Considering that because there is a dissenting opinion, and we tried to have a consensus, but it was not achieved, and according to the procedural law, and we are going to use the maximum opinions, then we conclude that the defendant has been doing this, has been proven to do this, and considering that during the hearings there is no excuse that can be given to him for impunity, then he can do this, and after that we are going to look at the incriminating factors, and the fact that he has caused the state loss and he has already enjoyed the proceeds, and that's also related to collusion, corruption, and nepotism. And the supporting evidence, he has a family to support, and he has never been punished before. And considering these factors, and the prosecution is not for taking revenge, but to improve him, then imprisonment is given as to punish the action that he did, and he has been detained according to procedure law. So the imprisonment is going to be deducted with the detention period that he has already experienced, and because he has been declared guilty according to the procedure law, the defendant will remain in the detention. And based on the above-mentioned considerations, as the director of Sumigita Jaya, he was acting on behalf of Sumigita Jaya and to provide proceeds and profits to Sumigita Jaya. So it was fair if PT Sumigita Jaya is punished to pay the compensation money. And in consideration to the calculation of the state loss dated 9 November for the allegation of the misimplementation of bioremediation, and the amount of this that has been paid to the supplier Sumigita amounted to $6,900,929 $0.767 after deducted by the facts by Officer of Indonesia, and the state loss that has been done by calculation of BPKP. So the return that has to be borne by PT Sumigita Jaya is amounting to $6,992 $0.67 because state money was enjoyed by Sumigita Jaya, and based to the Article 18 from Law 31 and also amendment law number 21, Sumigita Jaya was punished to pay to compensate the state loss amounting to $6,900 $0.67, with the stipulation that if this compensation is not paid, then the asset can be seized by the Attorney General, and the evidence, the documents, and that is the date of Article of Incorporation dated December 1999 with the notary Aji Prajo based, and it was amended by notarial deed with notary Haji Andrianto based in Pekanbaru Riau. The second one, the license, business license for Sumigita Jaya with this reference number /US-6 issued by the industry local government office for the general trade, and also export, import, and construction work, and plantation industry, and the third, the business license for business for Sumigita with the reference number issued by the trade office of Riau, and then contract concerning contracts of services and bridging contracts C95 September 2011. That's the contract for operational services for maintenance and management of bioremediation SPF, and BP Migas letter dated 17th of July about the order announcement of Sumigita Jaya as the winner of the contract amounting to $6.9 million signed by Herujai Janiputra as the head of the division and the head of division asset management of BP Migas and Capman. Then for the license that was applied, the ministerial decree of KLH 27 about the license for one SBF in Kota Bata, and the sampling testing result of the Chevron Petroleum 15th of July that was signed by the team Edison and Bambang and Praitno, and also calculation of state financial loss on 9 November 2012, which was signed by Jennifer Sinaga, AKMLN, CFR as and the technical control, Abu Umar as the head and Binsar, Hadi Wibo SA, and the Mustaknis. Each of them is the member of the team and proceeding of the examination of the defendant and additional proceedings signed by the defendant and Kasarul Tanjung as the investigators. The 22nd of November, that was signed in front of the investigators and he was accompanied by his legal counsel, and this has already included in the dossier. And considering the evidence, first, the code A, letter A, 1 up to 8, code B code, 1 up to 91, and C, 1 up to 2, D, 1 up to 5, E, 1 up to 10, G, 1 up to 9, H, 1 up to 40, E, 1 up to 30, C, J, 1 up to 18. The evidence A up to E up to I were used in other cases but are attached in the dossier as evidence. And evidence C, 1 up to 13, 16, 18, they were seized by the state, and it is going to be calculated against the compensation obligation. And for 14C, 15, 17, they are the property of defendants in the name of defendants. So evidence J, 14, 15, 17 are returned to the defendants, and because in the letters, the evidence that was given by the defendant, provided by defendant SGC 01, up to SCG 15. They are photocopies, so they are going to be included in the dossier. And because he has already been declared guilty and has to be imprisoned, and the defendant has to cover the case handling fee, and about in relation to law number 31 about anti-corruption, as amended by law number 20 455 the criminal code, and also other relevant regulations. So to adjudicate, first, to declare that Herland Bin Ompo has been beyond reasonable doubt guilty, and the second one, to impose imprisonment 6 years and fine 250 million rupiah. If the fine is not paid, then it will be replaced with 3 months of imprisonment. And Petasumi Gita Jaya has to pay the compensation money, 6.9 million US dollar. If this compensation money is not paid, the longest is 1 month after this decision, then the assets can be seized and also can be auctioned to pay for the compensation money. And the detention period will be subtracted from the imprisonment. And for the evidence, number 1 up to number 11 will remain in the dossier, and evidence A, C, D, F, G, H, I remain in the dossier to be used as evidence for other cases, and evidence C, 1 up to 13, 16, 18, each of which will be seized, and the value is going to be calculated against the compensation money. And the evidence C, 14, 15, 17, one car, Mitsubishi, 2008, with the police number BN, orange, the color is orange, slash 10 KP black with the license photocopy in the name of Herland, and 1 unit of Mazda from 2009 to 1300 cc with the police number, and then black with the license in the name of Herland, and Toyota Rush, 1 unit of Toyota Rush car with the licenses is returned to defendant, and letters SGC 01 up to SGC 15 are attached in the dossier, and to require the defendant to pay 10,000 rupiah. So this is the decision of this panel of judges on the 6th of May. Sudatri Mingsi as the presiding judge, Anton Anasut Mustaqim as the career judges, Slamet Suryadi ad hoc judges, and decision is declared in a public hearing on the 6th of May by Sudarna Mingsi as the presiding judge, Anas Mustaqim as member of career judges, Slamet Subagi Alexander Marwata, AKSH FA as the member judges ad hoc, was supported by the clerk, and attended by the prosecutors at the prosecutor's office from out and defendant, and in the absence of the legal defense of the defendants, legal counsel of the defendants. So this is the hearing, and the decision has been read, and we are going to ask you whether you are going to accept this or reject this, or think about this, or ask for the appeal, and the same rights will be given to both the defendants and prosecutors. Prosecutors, thank you very much. The presiding judge, the team in this case, is going to ask for appeal. So do you want to object or accept before I say about my attitude? There are things I would like to say to you in this hearing. So just do you accept or do you object? I just want to say something now. Well, there are facts. You do not consider the facts of this. You have been given your opportunity to just say whether you accept or you object. So we hope that you will never experience, Your Honor, what I am experiencing now.
Allahu Akbar! Weh, jaksanya malu dong. Malu sekali. Kasihan jaksa yang muda.
So prosecutors, you should be humiliated. You should be ashamed. Prosecutors, you should be ashamed of this.
Ingat Mas Jaksa, bukan yang pertama nih.
So remember, this is not the first time you do this. If you don't have the money, we can collect money for you, prosecutor.
Kasihan jaksa yang muda itu.
So I feel pity for the junior prosecutor. Remember your wife and your children. So that's it. Sidangnya sidang lagi, bos. Sidang kita di sini, ini kan bukan sidang kita.